Ramadan is the month of the Qur'an. So what kind of preparation would we do if we don't prepare with the Qur'an? It only makes sense to prepare ourselves with the Qur'an, to make that connection with the Qur'an in order to prepare for Ramadan. I want to talk about making this positive change, even if it's today. Make the intention. So a few pointers, inshallah, how we can get connected with the Qur'an. So first of all, you have to identify any barriers you have. How do you get down to read the Qur'an? You have to check your daily schedule. You need to reassess yourself and see what time of the day can I fit a portion of the Qur'an in? What time of the day? Once you get down to that, you're getting rid of any barriers. Obviously, the shaitan is your main obstacle. Get down to that. Say, for example, I'm going to sit down 20 minutes before Maghrib. Very good time to read. Between Asr and Maghrib, very good time to read. I'm going to read 20 minutes before Maghrib. But obviously, as Ramadan is coming, you have to bear in mind that when I'm fasting, would that timetable change? So prepare now as if you were fasting, and then read Quran. It doesn't need to be a long amount. I know brothers tell me, I can't read for 1 hour, I get tired, I get very lethargic. Yes, because you don't understand it. But even if it's reading it 10-15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, full concentration, and your intention is just you don't understand the Quran. But don't let that stop you. The shaitan is always there saying, what's the point reading the Quran, but you don't even understand it? Leave it. Read the Quran translation, read English. No, has no effect. Reading the Quran has the effect. Like the example I gave you. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and your intention should be, only I seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's it. That's your intention. If we are happy and we are satisfied with our level of the Quran at this moment, I'm talking at all levels, whether you can read, whether you understand it, whether you've done the translation and explanation of the Quran, I'm talking at all of you, all of you on all levels. The connection of the Quran has to be with us. It has to be part of our daily lives. Just as we need food and drink to survive, it's a nourishment for our body. The Quran is a nourishment for our heart. Our heart and our soul longs the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every single day. And therefore, if we are void of that remembrance of Allah, our heart and our iman is getting weaker and weaker, and guidance is getting further away from us. When we read our Quran every day, it cleanses our heart, it purifies our heart. There's a hadith about a person who recites the Quran and a person that does not recite the Quran. So hadiths are given parables and have given examples of 4 types of people. The first person is a believer, and he recites the Quran. His example is of a citron fruit, yeah? So it's very fragrant and it has a beautiful taste, yeah? That's the citron, the believer who recites the Quran. Now a believer that does not recite the Quran, his example is that of a date fruit, kajur. It has no smell, has no fragrance, but it's very sweet to taste. The effect of the Quran, a believer that does not recite Quran. Now the second 2 examples are a person, not a very good person, a fajir. He recites the Quran, like a fajir in Arabic, not a good person, sinner, wicked person, etc. He recites the Quran. His example is that of the basil, like a herb that we dress our dishes with. Very, very fragrant, but has very bitter to the taste. And the last example is the person again, the fajir, the evil person, that does not recite the Quran. So each of the examples, the person who recites the Quran doesn't recite the Quran. The last example, the fajir that doesn't recite the Quran, he is like a vine. A vine is like a stem of a plant, has no fragrance and very bitter to the taste. So the effect of the Quran, and when we read Quran, it has effects that we can't even imagine how it affects us. Brothers say, when I read the Quran, I stumble and I stutter. I'm not fluent. But don't be despondent, don't be disheartened on this fact, because at the end of the day, the hadith has already mentioned those people. Said, the person who reads the Quran beautifully, precisely, fluently, for them there is reward in the company of the angels. The one that reads but stutters and stumbles and tries and gets stuck, for them is a double reward. For them is a double reward, subhanAllah. If you needed encouragement, then that is the encouragement you need. So inshallah, there's so much to say in terms of the connection of the Qur'an. And you have to build your connection now. Don't wait, like we are still here. The fact that we're still here, we can make that positive change in our own life.